Electric cars and solo. Electromeccanica. That's my Terry's trading tip for you. Something I spent a bit of time this morning researching into, watched some videos from the company, looked up who the CFO was. She sounds like she's quite a smart person. She's called Bao. She's quite accessible as well, because I actually sent her an email and I got a response, at least from a secretary. And I think that, generally speaking, electric cars seem to be very popular these days. You've got the Teslas, you've got Nikola. Nikola don't even make any cars yet. They've just got designs for their cars, and their stock price has already gone through the roof. It went up 103% the other day. That's crazy. Well, I think you could see the same thing with Electrameccanica at some point. And it's more exciting because they've actually not only just designed the car, but they've made it and they've released it, and they're putting it into production. And they've already got orders. And so I did a little bit of research. I looked at what they actually are trying to sell. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to sell a one-seater car that sits somewhere between scooters and then your normal Tesla SUVs. But they're not selling it at crazy prices like 80,000, like your Model Y or Model 3. I'm not sure which one. I know that you can buy one Tesla for under $40,000, but still quite a lot of money. Well, they're selling their one-seater car for 18,500. Okay, so the range is very much less, and it only goes 80 miles per hour, but it only needs to be charged from your home electric. You don't need to have what's called a level 2 charger, which you do with a lot of the other electric vehicles. And it's great really for if you just want to get around your urban environment, you want to get to work. I mean, think about it. When you drive to work, how many people do you drive to work with in your big car? One person? Two people? Maybe. Well, and most of the time, most people's cars sit absolutely empty. So their target market is for the LA area in California. And they're going to start going into mass production in the summer this year, according to the video I watched, according to Bao. And that could be really exciting. And I think you could see some really big stock movements there. So it's still a bit of a risk, though. I mean, the other day they were up 50% and then they're down 30%. But they're a genuine company. They've got a real product and they're looking into production. The other things that's different about them compared to, say, the Teslas or maybe even Nikola. I'm not quite sure how Nikola works, but I know that Tesla own all the factories. Now, that has a huge cost to them. And Solo basically don't have any factories, but they've outsourced the manufacturing of their car to a Chinese factory called, what's their name? Their name is Chongqing. Sorry, can't pronounce it. But they don't have that overhead of having to own a really expensive factory that costs billions. All that manufacturing costs and is put onto a Chinese company. They give them the designs and they make the product and they ship it back and then they sell it. And then they've also got a really good strategy looking forward, I think. So they're going to release in a small area in LA to see if people like their product, and I think that they're then going to expand. And then to reach profitability, the ideas they've got is they want to have a US assembly plant, because making cars in China and then importing them has costs, import taxes. You've got Donald Trump, who says he wants everything made in America. So, they want to have a US-based facility when they've proven their business model and they've proven that they're actually selling something that people want. They're also going to ramp up their production volumes, and they're going to continue producing new products. They got some lovely new products, and if you have a look on their website, you can see a really cool two-seater open-top car that looks like a classic car, but it's an updated classic car. It's modern and electric, but it looks gorgeous. And so they're a different company. They're playing to a different market. They've got this solo seater, which is very, very cheap, the cheapest EV out there. And then they've also got this newer two-seater luxury classic car that they're going to release or make at some point. Just really interesting stock to keep your eye on. I think the whole electric market I think there's some statistic by 2040, electric vehicles could account for Um, Something like 30% of all car sales globally. That's huge. In America and westernized countries, it may be a much higher, but some crazy statistics. So the market in electric vehicles is only growing. It's still very small. Solo's market cap is only $30 million, but they're in the right place. The market's growing, the demand is there. That people just need to start producing on a massive scale and start selling, and I really think it's something to watch. So that's something I did a bit of research into, and I think that's one of my Terry's trading tips. Watch the electric car market, especially watch Solo or Electrameccanica. Do your research. Go to their website. I'll put the links in the description below. And you can look at all the things that they're producing and add them to your stock watch list. And yeah, if you see any announcements, if you see that they're going into production, I'd say buy the shares in them. I'm going to buy the shares in them. That's just my advice. That's just my, not advice, sorry, that's just my thoughts. If you want to carry on and you think that I'm right, you do that. But I would say that there's so much excitement around electric vehicles. I mean, if a company like Nikola can go up 103% in a day, and they haven't even made anything, then what could a company like Solo, who've already produced it and are selling it, and if they go into mass production, how do you think the stock market's going to react to that? Surely it's going to go a bit crazy for them. So really want to watch. And if you'd been lucky enough to invest in them 2 days ago, they went up 50%, which is a crazy amount. So definitely one to watch, electric market and Solo. Also, another one which I haven't done a lot of research into, maybe another video, is NIO. They're the Chinese electric car manufacturer. And of course, there's always Tesla. Tesla are by far way ahead. And if you look at their stock price today, it's jumped about $100. And I think that their stock value is going to keep increasing. I mean, they've already got 3 or 4 products that they're selling, they're mass producing and they're selling. So, and they've got some of the best self-driving technology. They've also got a huge fan base. I mean, I love them. I've never bought a car, but if I was going to buy a car, I'd probably go and get myself a Tesla if I had the money. Hopefully one day I will, if I keep trading like this and my tips are correct. So if my own tips, I take them and they're right, then maybe I could get a Tesla, but maybe you can too one day. But yeah, Tesla are a great company. Elon Musk is a visionary, unique person. They have still a great product. It looks great. I have driven in one. It goes fast. I mean, that you pay for the self-driving. That's about 5,000 extra. I looked on their website, and some people say that the cost of self-driving in a new Tesla, the cost of that is going to keep going up and up and up, because it's going to actually increase the value of the car. If you've got a car that can drive itself around, become a robo-taxi and make you money while you sleep or while you're not using it, because you think, how much of the time is your car just sat there in a car park or outside of your house and it's not doing anything? Well, if your car could actually be making you money while you're not doing anything, while you're on holiday or whatever, or just asleep, then well, there's a value to that. And some people think that this self-driving technology could be worth $100,000 someday. So Tesla are by far, I would say, ahead of everybody. But there's lots of different car manufacturers coming out every day, and just Google battery technology or startups or whatever. The ones who aren't even publicly trading, but Solo are publicly trading, and they're very close to mass production. So I've watched them. That is my research I've done today, and my Terry's trading tips. Watch out. Have a good day.